Today, we're going to demystify a really powerful legal tool, the power of attorney in Maharashtra. Now, I know it sounds kind of complex, but trust me, by the end of this, you'll see just how essential it can be. So, let's say you own a flat in Pune, but you live in Delhi, or maybe you're in Dubai or Dallas, it doesn't matter. A deal needs signing, a tenant needs managing, or something needs sorting at the bank. Flying back and forth for every little thing, that's just not going to work. So, what do? Well, the good news is you don't have to put your entire life on hold. There is a formal, legally recognized way to have someone you trust step in and act on your behalf. And that tool is the power of attorney. So, what is this thing, really? Let's break down the fundamentals. At its heart, it is all about one thing: delegating your legal authority to someone else. A power of attorney, or a POA as it's often called, is basically a written contract. It's where you, the principal, give another person, the agent, the legal power to make decisions and take actions for you. Now, there are two main players here, and it's super important to get them straight. First, there's you. You're the principal, the one giving the power. The person you choose is the agent, sometimes called the POA holder. Think of them as the person who's going to be stepping into your shoes, legally speaking. And the scope of what you can delegate? It's huge. We're talking everything from buying or selling property, to handling court cases, to managing your bank accounts and investments. You can even grant what's called a general authority, which lets your agent do pretty much anything you could legally do yourself. It's a really significant transfer of power. But here's the thing, not all POAs are created equal. They generally fall into three main categories, and picking the right one for your situation is absolutely crucial. So let's see what they are. Okay, let's look at your options. First step is a special POA. This is for one specific job, like, say, registering one particular apartment. Once that job is done, the POA is finished. Then you've got the general POA, which is way broader. This gives your agent wide-ranging powers, so this one requires a massive amount of trust. And finally, there's the limited time POA. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's only active for a set period, and then it just expires on its own. Perfect for temporary situations. Now, let's zoom in on the area where POAs are used most often, and frankly, where the stakes are the highest: property transactions. This is where knowing the details can literally save you a fortune. When you give someone a POA to sell your property, you're handing over some serious power. They can find a buyer, negotiate the price, and actually sign the sale deed on your behalf. They can even represent you in front of government officials or in court. It's a complete delegation of your authority in that matter. Okay, everybody, listen up. If you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, this is it. Who you choose as your agent for a property sale in Maharashtra has massive financial implications. This isn't just about trust. This is about cold, hard cash. Just look at that number, 500 rupees. That's the stamp duty you pay if you give a power of attorney for a property sale to a near relative. Just keep that number in your head for a second. Because here's the kicker. Choose a near relative and it's a flat 500 rupees. But if you choose anyone else, the government treats it like the actual sale and you pay stamp duty on the property's value. That could be 7% or more. On a 1 crore rupee property, that's a difference between paying 500 rupees and paying over 7 lakh rupees. Yeah, this choice matters a lot. So, who exactly counts as a near relative in the eyes of the law? Well, the list is very specific. It's your immediate family, so your parents, siblings, spouse, kids, and grandkids. And it also includes your spouse's immediate family. But what if you don't have a near relative you can or want to appoint? Are you stuck paying that huge stamp duty? Nope, there is a brilliant little workaround. You can still appoint a non-relative and pay only 500 rupees. But there's one catch. You have to give them all the powers, except the power to sign the final sale deed. You sign that yourself, maybe from wherever you are, and then your agent can present that signed document for registration. It's a fantastic way to save a ton of money. Okay, so you've drafted the POA, you've chosen your agent, now what? You have to make it official. And you'll hear two words thrown around: notarized and registered. And let me tell you, they are not the same thing. For the really big, high-stakes stuff, registration is mandatory. If your POA is for selling or buying property, dealing with home loans, or taking possession of a flat from a builder, you must get it registered. This means it goes into the government's official records, giving it a much higher level of legal security. On the flip side, for a lot of other tasks, a simple notarization is all you need. We're talking about things like signing a rental agreement, managing housing society paperwork, or handling basic court matters. Notarization is a simpler, quicker process.
All right, this next part is a special shout out to all our non-resident Indians out there. If you're an NRI, the process has a few extra but very, very important steps to make sure your POA is actually valid back home in Maharashtra. Here's your 5-step roadmap. First, get the draft ready. Now, step 2 is the crucial one. You have to sign it in person at the Indian embassy or consulate in the country where you live. They will then authenticate your signature. After that, the document comes to India, the right stamp duty gets paid, and your agent finalizes everything by getting it registered or notarized. You have to follow these steps to the letter. So after all the rules, the regulations, the talk about stamp duties, it all boils down to one simple yet really profound question. You see, a power of attorney isn't just a piece of paper. It's a profound act of delegation. The law provides the framework, sure, but the foundation it's all built on is, and always will be, trust. So the real question is, who do you trust to act in your name?